So I was just listening to Bruce Lipton, if you watched what I've been watching, anybody. And I love Bruce Lipton. I really do. He's really awesome. But then he said something that set me off, and I decided to have to do a video on it. And that's he was talking about lower consciousnesses and higher consciousness, then you evolution, and then you get up to the human consciousness. And I don't know whether I was more annoyed or wanted to laugh more, because it's funny to watch human scientists, you know, because and I think I've said this or typed it in comments with people, but when it comes to good or bad, I should do a video on good and bad. That's a good point. I'll do that. But scientists only know what they know now. But 100 years ago, they knew a lot less, but they still thought that they knew everything about everything. Isn't it amazing? Every step of the way, they learned something new, but they just somehow in their mind, they don't go, well, gee, I guess I didn't know anything, and maybe I don't know anything compared to what I know tomorrow, which is the way it really is. They really won't know a lot less tomorrow. So the human consciousness is not better, it's not more advanced than a flea, it's not more advanced than a plant or the water or animals. It's different. It's different. And when the scientists study things from the perspective of human consciousness and human nature and human biological makeup, they're going to miss a lot, and they have. And there's only one way, as far as I can see, that you can get around that you can get over that and figure it out, and that's by learning to read things vibrationally. Now, I've heard of people who can talk to animals. I think there are people that can talk to plants, certainly trees, and they don't do it with some kind of scientific database. They do it instinctually, because you have to connect on a different vibratory level. It's a different kind of consciousness. It's not less than humans. It's not more than humans. It's different from humans. But when it comes down to humans thinking they've got the big brain and they know things more than anybody else does on this planet, well, yeah, I would disagree. I would have to say that humans are the beings on this planet that know the least about all things. The least. They're too focused. Now, they're very good at what they do, and if you want to figure out how to make a clock to keep track of the fake time, well, then they're really good at that. They're very good at building stuff to take you from here to there physically. You can get at building spaceships and computers and such like that. But when it comes out how things run in a big way on this planet, yeah, I would say they're probably the least aware and the least knowledgeable. And as far as consciousness goes, all things have the same amount of consciousness. It's how that being chooses to experience that consciousness. Just like they may be in the body of a fruit fly, which I've done my fruit fly human video, or the body of a human, or the body of a tree. It's a different kind of consciousness, just like it's a different kind of body. It's a different kind of life. So it's not that humans are better or further along in any way, shape, or form. They may be further along than they were scientifically, but consciously, yeah. There's been some ups and downs. There were times when humans were really a lot better at knowing the big picture of interacting with other forms of consciousness until civilization kicked in. And then that just all went south. So the question is, are we more further along on the evolutionary scale now than we were back when we could communicate on a more interconscious level than we do now? Or are we less evolved now? Because I would say we're less evolved. That humans have gone to the lowest form of their evolutionary standing in the last 100 years, possibly in the last 50 years. And now we're moving back up. And that's coming out of technology, out of science, and back into the knowingness that we instinctually have. That's a part of breaking that amnesia. Okay? So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Alright? Alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye. HugeHugs. And I'll talk to you soon.